Welcome back, everyone, to part 2. It's
Hello.
so exciting. Paula's in the house.
I'm in the house. Woo-hoo-hoo.
She's come back for part 2. So we are going to carry on talking about,
Exercise in the menopause.
because Paula, as we mentioned before, has many qualifications, but she works with ladies in their 50s, helping them get
Yep.
fit and healthy and strong. Is that right?
Yes,
Like a
I try to. And of course, I'm a lady who's been through menopause.
Yes, like Hercules. So we're going to do our quiz. Our quiz today is going to be naming as many different types of exercises that we can. Keep it clean, Paula. We did this one earlier. It was a different type of quiz. Right, ready?
Listen, you're the one who
Needed
to keep it clean.
Filthy girl. All right, ready?
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
20 seconds start now.
Swimming,
Bodyweight exercises,
running,
yoga,
cycling. I'm doing all the cardio.
Pilates,
10 seconds remaining.
Classes.
resistance work,
5,
Balance
4.
work.
Tai Chi.
3,
Oh, Qigong.
1. Time's up.
Oh, that wasn't too bad, wasn't it? Well done. So I want to break down these exercises now. We're going to go through them if we can remember what they were. Whether they're good for menopause, they might be good at certain stages, better than others.
Yeah.
There may be. So we'll talk a bit more about that. So let's talk about running. We talked about that a little bit in part 1.
We did.
So running, good. Let's go perimenopause first.
Well, I actually think perimenopause, menopause and postmenopause are all the same when it comes to exercise, apart from there's just little tweaks. For myself, I still run, but I've had to reduce the amount of times, the frequency and the intensity as well as the years have gone on. And it's been in stages. It's just sort of become less and less important to me. There used to be a time when I used to be out there pounding the pavement, and I'm now, like I say, it's a fast jog. I'm a bit like you, and you were speaking about how you went out for the walk and you start being aware of I don't like running on a treadmill.
No, it's so boring.
I won't run on it. I need to be outside.
But also, I feel that obviously different terrains, treadmill,
Yeah.
but also I'm sure that it's more damaging for your body being on a treadmill than it is outside.
In fact, it's really strange that you say that. So we've had so much rain this year.
Yeah.
So much rain. And this year so far, in the past 2 months, I think I've run 3 times outside because of the weather.
Okay.
Because I'm a fair weather runner.
Are you?
Yes, definitely. But one day I really felt that there was a time I used to run a lot, and I felt like I wanted to go for a run.
Yeah.
So it was raining one Saturday morning. I thought, right, I'll go on the treadmill. I have never been in so much pain through my hips, my knees, my ankles for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
That I had to go and have a sauna. And that was from running on a treadmill.
Yeah.
If I'd have done that run outside,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have felt like that.
I do think I can't give you any scientific facts behind
can I.
it, but I can say to you that it's not the same. I know women that have gone just fast walking on a treadmill. I've gone fast walking on a treadmill, and I actually fractured my sesamoid bone, which is under my big toe. But I can walk for miles outside.
Yeah.
Different muscles, different.
Also, a lot of people just go flat on the treadmill.
Yes.
You need to put a slight gradient on it.
Yes.
Because it's not a natural way for the
No, it's
body to
not.
walk completely flat.
But also, in real life, you don't just walk in one straight line.
No.
I mean, it'd be great if you could, but when you're out and you've got 2 people walking in front of you, you're not going to say, I need to keep walking in a straight line.
I'd definitely think twice about getting on a treadmill
Yeah,
again.
me too.
The only instance where I probably would go on a treadmill, and I wouldn't recommend this for every woman after menopause, is if I wanted to do some sprints, which I don't mind doing.
Right.
But it's because I have been exercising for a long time.
Bit different.
But then I'd rather use the lampposts.
Okay, so the lamppost.
Yeah, you run, you'll be jogging along, and then you
Yeah.
see it, and you think, you know what, I'm going to throw in couple of sprints. So I'll
sorry.
sprint from one lamppost to the other.
Lamppost for me like
I'm not
dogs.
like your dog. No.
No, she's a girl. She doesn't piss up. Actually, she does cock her leg. She hands out with boys. She does cock her leg. It's
That's
quite
true.
funny. Okay, so treadmills. Here's a funny one. So now there is a craze about a standing desk, which is great because I've got them.
Yes.
Treadmills underneath. I do know someone that's got one, and I do know someone that fell off of it while they were trying to work. Same thing. Is it better for us to keep moving, or are we going to cause more problems walking under our desk? I'm not sure if you can answer that one. It's a difficult one.
I don't know of anyone who has a.
But saying that,
walking wheel.
if it means that you keep moving and you can't get out, and that's the only form of movement that you've got, that's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
Just be
Rather than just sitting.
rather than just sitting, just got to be mindful, I suppose, of just what you're doing. Yeah. I definitely would not be able to do that. I'm accident prone person.
Yes, so am I.
I'd go flying arse over tit if that was me. Okay, so running, we're kind of saying, I'm going to throw something in the mix here. In perimenopause, I would say that yes and no, because your estrogen, progesterone, testosterone is all over the shop so much, means that your ligaments and your tendons are going to be more unstable.
But that's what I was saying. For me,
Yeah.
I would, because I've been doing
For
it for
you,
so
different,
long. I
but
wouldn't recommend that there's something you should sort of pick
but
up because you feel you're putting a little bit of fat on.
So track your periods, ladies. Keep an eye on what your periods are doing, and just be mindful if they are very erratic. Definitely things like running are not going to be suitable for you, because they're going to cause you injuries, because your ligament's going to be a bit more lax, which means
And
that
also,
it's not going to be supported.
That's a very good thing to say, to track your periods, because as soon as those fluctuations starts, you have absolutely no idea how long it's going to be until you actually hit menopause.
Yeah, because some women it goes on for
Well, I know
forever.
I was 8 years.
Oh, was you really?
Yeah, 8 years from when those fluctuations in my periods and the brain fog. Oh wow, the brain fog. It was worse than it is now. And it was 8 years.
See, my periods, they were bang on every month. I was talking to someone about this the other day. We were very, very similar. Both our periods were bang on every month. They just got lighter.
Yeah.
Some Let's talk about cycling.
So this, there's no impact in cycling.
No
is
impact
there?
in cycling. However, when we get some women get problems down below.
Yes. We are talking dryness, aren't we?
We are talking dryness.
My least favourite subject.
We did a whole podcast on the vagina, but cycling can be really uncomfortable for some ladies.
I can imagine it is, yeah.
So just if you are starting cycling in your menopause and post, just be aware of that, and you can get
swimming's probably the best option.
Swimming,
yeah.
We've gone from one to the other. Swimming, if you've got knee problems or hips, be careful with the old breaststroke. That's the only thing I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Because
but breaststroke's not good for the lower back either, is it?
No, just don't do breaststroke at all.
Don't do it. Yeah,
just
don't do it.
Just don't do anything.
Just scully along.
Yeah. Okay, so and also the thing about water is that a lot of you can just go in there if you're getting a flare up and you just want to, and it's quiet. You can just run up and down, can't you?
Yeah,
and just
that's very true.
Or aqua
classes.
aerobics, yeah. You wouldn't get me going to one.
No, you wouldn't get me going to one either.
That's because I can't swim. Okay,
neither can I.
I've tried. I had swimming lessons for the last time 2 years ago, and I was doing ever so well. This is God's honest truth, right? He got me swimming a little bit. He got me in the deep end. It sounds like a pornographic thing. It was really good. And then one day I went there. He went, Sarah, off you go. And I went, no. And he went, what do you mean? No. I said, not today. Don't want to do it. Ben, I'm paying for these lessons. And he was like, what do you mean you don't want to do it? I said, my brain is telling me not to do it, and that something bad's going to happen to me if I do it. And then I went into a panic mode, and then that was it. And up to that point, I was top student.
Yeah.
Yeah, next to the child next to me.
The 3-year-old.
It's true. It was true. There was a little girl jumping in, and I'm like, that's like when I learned to ride a bike. We're really going off tangent.
I learnt to ride a bike in my 30s.
So did I've got to tell you, this is so bad. I know we're digressing, but this was about 15 years ago. I went to a cycling centre. I never learnt as a kid. Okay, and I was petrified, and they said, we'll take the suspensions off, take the wheels off, and all you can do is put your feet on the floor and you just move. And I was like, okay, so we did that. 6 weeks later, I'm still doing that, right? And then she said, Sarah, we need to up this now. She put the pedals back on. Sorry, she took the pedals on. I don't know why it's a suspension. And then I was like, I can't do this. Anyway, this little kid in a Barbie bike come out of nowhere and rode next to me with no, what are they called? Stabilisers.
Yeah, stabilisers.
No stabilisers. And I thought, this is taking a fucking piss now. So I thought, come on, Sarah, do it. And I did it.
Yeah.
And I rode it. And then, you can laugh at this, and I thought, this was when I was running, I'm going to do a duathlon. So I got this guy.
So I didn't even laugh, my face dropped. I was like, what did you do that for?
And then this guy came, and I was going at Redbridge Cycling Centre, and the hills are high. And I said to him, I need you to show me how to change gears. I said, this is what's going to happen. We're going to go towards the hill, which is going to drop. You're going to say to me, we're going down the hill. I'm going to say to you, I'm not going. You're going to say to me, we're going down the hill. I'm going to say, we're not going. And then you're going to say it again. I'm going to tell you to piss off. And then you're going to shout at me, and you're going to say to me, Sarah, do it now. And then that's what I need from you to do. And that's exactly what happened. And then we shouted at me after I told him to F off. And then I went down the hill and I was fine. But for some reason, my brain and I think it's definitely a peri-menopause thing. It went into like panic mode, being fearful about doing things and shut off. But I haven't been back on it since. And that was like a few years back. But the same with the swimming, the fear just took over me, uncontrollable, like, no. So I can't. So when I go and see a physio for my joints, I go in the pool, I'm like, for fuck's sake, I can't do it. I've tried. No. Anyone listen to this that wants a challenge, that's a swimming instructor, don't contact me, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I can go away on holiday for, a week, 2 weeks, and not even get in the pool once.
I'm going away next week. I've got my float. I'm taking my float away with me.
And those lino ones. The mesh.
Okay, anyway, so what other cardio have we got?
We've done
fast. What about walking? What about interval, like hill training on the treadmill?
Yeah, that's treadmill. But you've got things like cross trainers. You've got skiers. But what really going up high on those interval. The tread. I don't like that. I think that's too much pressure. No, too many people just go really high and hang on anyway.
Yeah,
so
they
don't realise they're not doing anything.
They hang on, they're like
hanging on for dear
life. Nothing's working. Okay, so strength training, definitely.
Yes, definitely. We need that pull of the muscles on the joints, on the bones. But it doesn't have to be weights. You can use resistance bands.
Yes.
You can use body weight.
Body weight,
I think, still comes under, you can do things like push-ups.
Yes.
Body weight squats, body weight lunges, all of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's all that comes under the resistance banner as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Anything that is putting weight on a bone to help the density is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jumping. I like jumping, but I don't do too much of it.
Okay, when you say jumping, what do you mean? Skipping?
You could do a bit of skipping, but
no.
It's too continuous. So
Yeah.
I tend to do, for my own self and with my clients, I will do plyo jumping, box jumping.
Oh.
But we don't do a lot of it.
No, and I think that's key, because I've got a confession. There are things that my consultant has told me I can do, which is not many. And what I can't do, for instance, he said, don't walk up hills and stairs. Well, I live in a house and I live on a hill. So it's like I can't leave. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, but I'm thinking, well, hang on a second. I need to be able to get up the stairs as I get older. So I add only a few minutes. I do a stair climber at the end of a workout.
Oh, I love a stair climber.
Because for me, I need to be able to walk up a set of stairs.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
If we stop walking upstairs, we won't be able to. Your body will not be able to do it.
I need to be able to. That is part of a functional movement. So for me to avoid that would just be
mention
stupidity.
an exercise that most people do not think about?
Go on.
In menopause.
Go on. Sex.
Pelvic floor. So sort of. Pelvic floor.
No, pelvic floor. No. Go for it. Tell us about pelvic floor.
We don't exercise the pelvic floor enough.
No, we don't.
At any point, we should be, as
engaging.
mothers, I'm looking at the camera, we should be teaching our daughters to do pelvic floor exercises from a very young age. In fact, we should be teaching our sons. It's like one of the things that I always did. I've got 3 boys. And one of the things I always made sure I did when they were younger is I was never that mother when we were leaving the house that said to her child, have you used the bathroom? Because, and that's when I'm talking boys and girls, we should be teaching our children to hold it.
Okay, so give us a little tip on how we do pelvic floor.
Pelvic floor exercises, well, the thing is, it's like a lot of people don't realise, they just think it's a case of just like pulling up on the pelvic floor. But it's more of a case of you really have got 3 areas of your pelvic floor that you should be able to control.
You hear the tapping.
Yeah, that's my...
Paula is on my couch.
It was really hard for me not to use my hands.
Show me the
hands.
3 taps.
The 3 taps you've got there, the one that's around your rectum, the one around the womb, and the one around your urethra.
Yeah.
Had to think for a second.
Thra.
And each section you should be able to pull up individually.
Yeah.
On your pelvic floor. And also, it's just a case of contracting it and releasing it. But then to begin with.
Are you doing yours now?
Yeah, of course we are. Wait, you cannot see me. It's so strong. But we should be able to look at it in floors as well.
Yeah.
Think about that elevator analogy where you've got 10 floors and you should be able to tense it up through the 10 floors. And it is so, especially if you are someone who exercises regularly, it is so easy to put it into your routine.
Okay, so let's have an exercise. Let's think of like a squat. A squat. Listen,
see, I don't think I would necessarily think about my pelvic floor when I'm doing squats, unless I was heavy squatting.
All right, tell us about an exercise that you would.
I would probably put it in part of an end of a workout while I'm either doing stretches or core.
Okay.
So if I was doing core work, of course, you're doing sets.
Should we talk about a plank? Because most people know what a plank is. Would you do it in a plank?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I would hold, but it would be a continuous contraction. But that's because that's the Pilates side of me. Because I would be thinking about holding a plank, I would be thinking about a Pilates breath where you're inhaling over 5 counts and exhaling. And when you exhale, you draw your navel in and you pull up on your pelvic floor at the same time.
Okay.
So in a plank position, it's actually quite nice if you bring your toes together. And every time you exhale, you're also working on those adductors because they're all connected. But even I would probably put it more into, say I was doing something like Russian twists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you explain to someone, try and explain to someone what a Russian twist is?
Russian twist is when you sit on the floor, you lean back, ideally lift your feet up off the floor as well.
Like a V shape. Yeah.
And then rotate from side to side, tapping the floor if you're a beginner.
Okay.
Or holding a weight plate.
So that's
or
a good
kettlebell.
That's a good one to do it.
I'll do that exercise, but while I'm sat there in between sets, I would sit and do pelvic floor exercises. So during
don't like what Paula's doing with her finger there. You can't see it.
Floor exercises.
Yeah.
But you do understand. It's like you could be doing a chest press in a gym on the chest press machine. When you're resting, that 30 seconds to a minute that you're taking in between each set, sit and do your pelvic floor exercises.
I love that. I think that's really good because that's very similar to me saying about my stretching, that I get my stretching in at the end of my workout.
Yeah.
And that would be something that you could put into your workout. Mm-hmm. I think that's a very valid point. Well done, Paula.
That's all right.
Do you want applause?
Yay, give me one.
Give it
An applause.
Definitely not giving you one. Okay, what other exercises? So we've talked about pelvic floor, strength training, some cardio,
And, of course,
balance.
Balance, mind and body.
Balance, because balance, my God, I get so many people when they come in that they've got injuries. Let's say they've injured their calf muscle.
Yeah.
And we're rehabbing and they're like, I'm like, stand on one leg. And they're like, I can't stand on one leg. Close your eyes. I can't close my eyes. It's very basic stuff, but it is essential as we get older.
Yeah.
Proprioception work, balance, which is good, and also helps your core work as well. So that balance stuff we can get worked into our workouts, can't we? We can do it at home, can't
Yeah.
we? Just
Yeah.
stand up and just
Clean your teeth on one leg.
shut your eyes, make it harder.
Yeah, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I think Pilates, and for me, you've got the yoga and you've got Pilates, but I personally think if you're headed, you want to start improving your balance, you aim for Pilates before yoga.
Okay.
Because yoga, you know, all of a sudden they've got you in a half moon and you're like, what? Wait, where?
And also there's a massive thing on about reformer now.
Yeah.
Reformer classes.
Yes.
Which I don't like unless it's one-to-one.
Yes.
Because I feel that you could easily go wrong.
As you know, I'm reformer qualified.
Yeah.
I think you know anyway.
I do know. I know a lot about you, Paula.
And I prefer mat Pilates. You know, you're dealing with a lot, because the thing is, and there's a lot of people that go into these, it's the latest craze, isn't it? It's
It
like
is.
spin was 20 years ago.
But years ago, I had a client, and I think you'll appreciate this. She said to me that I did months of reformer, one-to-one. She said because she got told by the instructor, wait for it, that I'm going to get you to do reformer first, then we're going to go back to mat. Because when you go back to the mat, it will be easier for you. You'll understand the mat workout
See, I
more.
think it's the other way around.
So you think that mat first, then reformer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's too much to think about with the reformer. No, you've got these springs. There's a lot of balance involved, especially
I've
with the
been watching it,
standing
and
up.
I'm like, oh, that can be quite dangerous.
Yes. And, you know, I do know of people that, I shouldn't laugh, I've been told of people that have fallen.
Oh, no, I can imagine.
Fallen in the reformer
I can imagine.
machine. You know? Can I just say, maybe I shouldn't say it, but if you're going to go to a reformer class, if it's got more than 8 beds in it, leave.
Run.
Run for the hills.
Yeah, no, I agree. If you've never done it before, I personally would not go straight to a reformer.
No.
A class, a reformer class. I might go with a one-to-one instructor, but I would definitely not go to a class, because I think that's just accident waiting to happen.
Exactly.
That's just my thought. Bikram yoga.
I don't know much about Bikram, but I would love to try it. I haven't done. Many years ago, when Bikram first came to the headlines, so to say, there was a couple of news reports of people getting listeria.
Getting what?
Listeria. Because it's hot. The seat was at the time, it was very much hot and steamy.
Yes.
And it's put me off. I won't go
Yeah,
for that reason alone.
No, I went in my perimenopause and I stopped because I got injured.
Really?
Yes, because now Bikram works for many people. All right. So if you are one of those, good luck. And I'm glad it works for you, because it's amazing.
Yeah.
You go in. I remember I used to drive to the class. I was angry. I do the Bikram. I come out. Anyone could cut me up. It wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
I was like so chilled. However, it's a lot of holding on one pose.
Yeah.
And they have this expression, way back, way back, way back, way back. And what they want you to overextend in a position. Everyone in that class has a different physique.
Yes.
Everyone's anatomy. Some people have injuries. Some people don't tell the instructor they've got injuries because maybe they think that the Bikram's going to help them. Some people, they are less flexible, and from an instructor point of view, they basically see you all as the same.
Yeah.
And they push you to go back. So with me, I had a few injuries. My little ganglion came back on my cyst, on my wrist.
Yeah.
It popped out during a prone cobra stretch. And then after that, I thought, this is clearly not working for me. So I haven't been back since. But not to say it doesn't work for others. But I would not go in a period when your ligaments are loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
So when you're in your peri and you're getting that problem of big periods, heavy periods, do not go to Bikram.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about the ligaments, but it's all about the dehydration as well, where you're losing all those electrolytes, and that can cause you more harm than good. What else have we got? Anything else? Any other form of
I did
exercise?
mention Tai Chi.
Oh, Tai Chi is amazing. It's so good, especially for people that have got chronic pain.
Yeah.
So good. It's all very, centered and slow and works on the acupuncture channel. So, and Qigong. You ever done Qigong?
No, never.
Neither have I, but I heard it's good.
Okay, maybe we should go together.
Maybe we should go. I've got video. I've still got the old video
I hope
box.
it's a Qigong video. That's what I'm saying.
Qigong does Dallas. Okay, Paula, I want to talk to you about menobelly.
Menobelly.
So, a lot of women get it.
Yes.
A lot of women have the middle age spread.
Yes.
And that for you, that could mean a few.
We're going back to my sex life.
Sorry. Couldn't help it. Okay, reframe. All right, so
dear.
I want to ask you a question now.
Ask me anything.
All right,
You may not get an answer.
anything.
But ask.
We know the reason why we get it, and a lot of people are saying that if you do a lot of exercise, a lot of strength training, a lot of abdominal exercises, a lot of Pilates, that you're going to get a 6-pack, a 4-pack, but most women end up with a 1-pack.
Exactly.
So why?
And one of the things, and I'm not even talking about menopause, that I've always said to people is we all have a 6-pack. We all have one. And it's just the amount of fat that's sitting on top of it. Okay. So if you're going to do 1,000,000 crunches, that fat is just going to stick out even more.
Yeah, and also
because the muscle will get bigger, and it just
and
it just pushes it. I don't like crunching, by the way.
No.
The muscle, if you train the muscle, it's going to develop. If that muscle's developed and it's got fat lying over it, that fat is going to make your belly look even bigger.
Okay, so an example would be, they're not in their menopause, but a strong man.
Yeah.
Because if you see, I love watching that program.
I love strong man.
They have got guts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got guts because of what they do, but they have got guts, and there's a reason they've got guts.
Yeah, and they've got big old abs in there.
Yeah, exactly. They're underneath because you can see that. I think it's Terry Hall. I follow Terry. I think he's amazing.
Yes.
He's rips now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. But then he's got an amazing 6-pack, hasn't
The
he?
reason behind that, though, Paula, is because let's get a little drum roll. How did he get it? Because of nutrition.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the fact that he's
it's what you're putting in your mouth that gives you a 6-pack. You have to, that's the only way you're going to get one. Don't even say it. Don't do it, Sarah. Don't do it.
Sorry,
That's what makes you lean.
Yes, it's what you put
the
in.
muscle is there. I actually had a personal trainer many years before I became, part of the fitness industry myself. I still see him. He's a lovely guy. He's like my fitness guru. And he was the person who actually first ever said to me, because we didn't mention I used to be overweight. He was the first person who said to me when I was training, weight train. When I decided I wanted to change my life and get fitter. I was just doing cardio. And his words were, if you weight train, when the fat goes, the muscles will be there. And he's right.
Yeah.
If you work on the muscle, it's going to improve, it's going to develop. But
Yeah.
if you're carrying too much body fat, you're not going to
Yeah,
see it.
exactly.
And this having 6-pack abs is all about diet.
We're saying to women now, okay, we've said about exercises. Mm-hmm. All right, you've got someone coming into you
Yeah.
that's never exercised before in their life.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to be able to lift things off the floor. They want to be able to, in their later years, have good bone density. They don't want to be the one that gets told they got osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
They want to feel good. They want to have...
We're basically talking about every single thing that we mentioned earlier.
Absolutely.
We talked about resistance. We talked about cardiovascular. We talked about mind and body. We talked about flexibility. And that is for everybody.
Okay, so let me rephrase it for you. So how are they going to put that into their work? Let's talk about rest days. Let's throw that in there.
Yeah.
All right, because on socials, apparently, you have to train every day.
But for me, a rest day. So I'm having a rest day today.
Yes.
I am having a
Are
rest
you?
day. I am. I'm having a rest day. I taught a class this morning, but it was a class that I don't have to participate in.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to yoga this evening.
exactly. So that's
That is
restful.
yes.
That's restful. So like a
Yeah.
walk would be restful.
Yeah.
So potentially this person, you could make up a 7-day program with them with some rest days in there.
Yeah.
What would you do?
What would I do for that person? Well, the thing is, the problem is, Sarah, you're saying that someone is walking in and this for the first time. I don't know them enough yet until
Exactly.
I don't write programs for someone I do not know.
And I just want to say that's the response I wanted from you. Yay. Because that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Everyone's different.
Everyone. You train differently. I
Yeah.
train differently. Not everyone has the same function. But the most important thing is that when you go into learning, so let's say you're going to the gym for the first time
Yeah.
ever, you know, and you see all these women and they're lifting weights. You know, I always thought for myself, when I go in, I have to train differently to how I trained before because of my joints. So now, after a flare up, I have to go in very slowly with one
Yeah.
set. I have to go in very light. And if it's happy that day and it's happy the next day, then for me, I can go to 2 sets. And that's how I build up my training. And then I gradually get to 3 sets. And then I start lifting the weights very slowly to make sure that I don't rock the boat. How would you explain that to someone that's not gone into the gym? Would you say start off with 1 set? What would you tell them to do?
Well, as I said, you know, for me, I'd need to know the person.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. But if for
A
someone who
generic
just
person.
if someone just wants to know what to do within the gym,
Yeah.
I would tell them that, you know, you go in, warm up,
Yes.
mobilise
Yes.
as well. You know, the
Yes.
silly things we don't think about doing, like shoulder rolls
Because of
and
the
body weight
synovial fluid.
squats. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
all of that
it's,
sort of stuff. And if there's someone who, though, because it depends on the individual. So if it's someone who's been using a gym already, but they're not sure what, you know, they want to start taking their fitness on another way, I wouldn't necessarily say, you know, you don't have to warm up on jumping on a rowing machine, or you can warm up with weights.
Yeah.
For me, go in, do a light set. That's another way
Yes.
of mobilising.
Yes,
and
that's
warming up.
right.
And then go on to, and
Yes.
it's like, if you want to do like a couple of sets, then that's fine.
Yes.
And if you want to do 5 sets, that's also fine. But then start keeping it. But there's so many different ways of training. Of course, you know, you've got heavy work where you would be resting 2 to 3 minutes in between. You've got your lighter, more endurance stuff where you're looking at 30 to 45 seconds, maybe 60, depending on where it is in between. So it is very down to individual.
And why does someone have to rest 2 to 3 minutes in between when they're doing heavy weights?
When they're doing strength training, because they want full muscle recovery.
Okay.
So that your next set you can complete. If you don't
Yeah.
rest long enough, you won't be able to complete
Okay.
the exercise.
And that's it. That's actually essential for you to avoid any injuries, right?
Yeah.
But there's also the way that the body moves, the body functions, what's tight, what's not tight.
Exactly.
And that's the problem
But
because
that goes back to what you were saying about yoga.
yeah.
You know, it does like I said, I had to find the right yoga teachers to go
Yes.
to, because I've been to yoga classes and they've tried to bend me into, they look at me, they think, oh, she's fit, and they're trying to bend me into positions my body doesn't want to
No,
go
that's
in.
right.
I've got long arms, I've got long legs, I've got a tiny
Yeah.
little body,
Yeah.
and there's certain things my body refuses to do.
Yes. And I just want to say about technique. Technique is when I get patients come in and they've hurt themselves, okay, and they want to know about going back in, I always give them the same advice, and it is technique. Forget about what you could push, lift, whatever. You go back in, you relook at your technique, because there's something you're doing.
Video yourself.
Yeah. I'm
No,
on the
I know.
no.
I'm not one.
No.
I don't mind cameras in gyms.
Oh, I hate them.
Oh, I don't mind them.
No.
At all. It's
But
as long as that person
if
isn't,
you're
isn't
doing
upset
it-
about you walking in their camera. That's one
if
thing.
If you're filming for that reason, to look at your technique,
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with it. If you're filming it for your socials,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's different. But yeah, focus on your technique, get your technique right before you increase your weights. Because otherwise, if you start off with shoddy technique, that's when you're going to start to pick up injuries.
Yeah.
And as we get older, those injuries take longer.
Exactly.
They take longer to heal, and they're actually they're more easier to get injured.
See, I'm one of the things that I'm quite proud of is that because I teach a lot of group exercise, and as a personal trainer, I like to make sure people have proper technique when they're training.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that don't. They just teach the class, and it's like they leave again. But I don't know how many times I say in a week, I don't want you to get injured.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of people do. They walk into a class and they think, men are a bit of a nightmare.
Oh,
Sorry, men.
No,
Sorry.
they are.
Sorry. But when there's a woman standing at the front lifting heavy weights, they just want to weight match you
Of
sometimes.
course they do.
and then
It's a bit ego.
Yes.
It's a bit of an ego. But I get what you're saying. But it is about
Technique is so
technique.
important.
Yeah.
It
There's
is
so many people
important.
that I see in the gym, and I keep my mouth shut.
You
'Cause
have
when
to.
when I go in the gym, for me, I'm not in there as a policewoman.
Mm-hmm.
But I see a guy, they see how much I lift, and then they try and lift the same.
Yeah.
And then they can't lift it because their shoulders are forward, or they're doing this, or they're doing
and
that.
because they don't have the right technique.
They don't have the right technique. So, yeah. So there's a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
Paula, is there anything else that you'd like to say to our listeners about exercise in your menopause?
To do it. Basically, you should. We need to keep ourselves moving, because exercise, it helps with so many things.
Yeah.
It helps with your stress. It helps with your anxieties. It helps with your hot flashes. It helps with your sleep. It helps with your mobility, your posture, everything. So we should just be doing it. We should, and I personally think if you're going to start exercising, probably before perimenopause is the best time.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping there's people that are listening to this who are just interested because they know this is going to happen to them at some point.
Yeah.
But start before you even, because it may have started already, the perimenopause, but that is, start exercising, because also if you don't want to, you're going through this perimenopause, everything's falling apart. That's what it feels like. You can't remember anything. Your joints ache. Why not put yourself in that situation where exercise is going to benefit you before it starts?
I think you summed it up beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. No, it's really good advice there. And I'm just going to add one more thing in. Focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Stop worrying about what others are doing. Because a movement for you may be the only movement that you can do. Yeah. And someone else might be able to do more or less. Just focus on what you're doing.
Exactly.
Oh, Paula, thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome.
Let's give Paula a little clap.
I'm bowing.
Oh, no, that's amazing. So if you want to know more about Paula, some things about Paula, her details.
Sarah knows too much.
I know a lot about Paula. If you want to get in touch with Paula about some personal training, then do reach out and we can let you know. And she's on some socials, so all her socials will be on our socials, so you can get in contact with her there.
Yes.
But no, thank you so much.
No, thank you, Sarah.
It's
For
amazing.
inviting me.
Always love inviting you. So please remember to like, rate and subscribe and join any of the platforms just to let us know that we're doing a good job. There is now a monetisation button, as we are now non-profit, so every little bit helps. So before you go, final thought. Menopause sucks, but with friends it sucks a whole lot less. We'll see you next time on Menopause Dinners. Take care. Menopause Dinners is sponsored by Fitness Therapy for You. Information we share on food and supplementation advice is from our own experience, so please do get medical advice if you are suffering from a medical condition.